Hey, welcome back to That 70s Card Show. I'm your host, John Keating, and I thank you for joining me as I take a look back at the cards and the culture of the very colorful 1970s. We'll revisit a more simple time in our hobby by taking a deep dive into the sets and the stats with a generous amount of dad facts sprinkled in. That 70s Card Show is currently sponsored by nobody. If you have a comment or suggestion, I urge you to drop me a line at that70scardShow at gmail.com, that70scardShow on YouTube, or 70s Card on Twitter. So here we are, episode number 40 in this journey, and we're going to talk about the 1977 Pepsi glove set. Gloves, discs, whatever. Eventually they turn into discs, right? But anyway, it's one of my favorite topics, the food issues from the 70s. I thoroughly enjoyed getting cards from cereal, from Hostess, and from some other stuff, Burger King towards the late 70s as well. So again, episode 40, 1977 Pepsi glove set. Glove discs set, whatever you want to say. First off, I want to thank a couple of my fellow YouTubers, Ray from Philly and Mike from This Baseball Card Life. They were kind enough to invite me on to their 70s overview part 2 this week. That can currently be found on Ray's channel, Ray from Philly on YouTube. And I'm sure Mike will post it as well. I enjoy the content that both of those guys put out. And again, it's an honor to spend some time with them discussing the fun stuff from the 70s. Tops sets from 70 to 79. Sorry for opening a team bag while on the air here, but have a couple of other things I want to get out of the way. Mail day. I'm currently on the road. I'm in a hotel somewhere in blizzard country in the Northeast, out and about. So was able to grab some mail out of the mailbox before I left Philadelphia and journeyed up north. I received a 1960 Whitey Ford Topps card. I was very happy to get this. Pretty dirt cheap. I think it was off of their Facebook. And it's a nice card. Didn't have it. Got it for $20 all in. Yay me. More importantly, Lee from Chicago, who rumor has it watches and listens to this show, or at least that's what he tells me, was kind enough to send me a wonderful care package, also snagged out of the mailbox. Again, you guys know I love my food. I got a couple cool things here. First of all, I got a Candyman, a John Candelaria 1979 3D Kellogg's card. He was kind enough to throw in not one, but 2 Phil Necro Kellogg's cards. Now, this is how these bad boys came in the cereal boxes. Again, we always talk about Tops, and especially Dr. Jim talks about Tops. The cards had to be edible because they came with gum. Well, in order to get around that, I'm sure Kellogg's was able to use these little flimsy paper sealed packages to just throw them in the cereal, and away we go. He also threw in a couple graded slabs, PSA 371 Kellogg's, Claude Humphrey. Man, how cool is that? I got my first PSA Kellogg's card, so I'm very happy with that. There is a PSA 6 Larry Smith in that package as well, same set, 71. Obviously, I will be doing this set at some point, 71. Kellogg's, and the coup de grace, the creme de la creme, number 51, Dick Butkus from the Miller Lite commercials in the 70s, and the 71 Kellogg's set right here. Boy, Lee from Chicago, thank you so much. So kind to do that. I will be returning the favor. I've been thinking about this for a while. We've talked about sending these cards to me. I have some stuff for you. I hope you enjoy them back half as much as I enjoy these things, because I enjoy these things immensely. So thank you so much. They're in my suitcase. They're traveling around with me. I have cards on the road. So thanks again, Lee. Got some comments from the 72 Topps football set, very popular set with collectors. A modern kind of a semi-modern. Obviously, it's late vintage, but it's a very fairly recent monster of a set. We talk about other sets like 52 tops or the T206s. Now, I'm not comparing that 72 tops football set with that, but it's deceptively monstrous. So there was a couple comments. Let's get to one on the YouTube. Ty Webb reporting in for the 19th hole at Bushwood. Love this set. In 1996, I set a goal to build this set. I'm proud to announce I have 5 of the 351 cards. Taking it slow. Rookie cards of note were Charlie Joyner, John Riggins, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. So Ty is absolutely right. And as I thoroughly research my podcasts, and I am horrible at the execution. So I knew that. And I'll bring up a couple of these rookie cards that I missed, thanks to Ty over there at Bushwood. So we'll look right here. We could see, obviously, I spoke about the Staubach, the Spurrier, Rayfield Wright, John Gillum, and John Nyland. But I failed to mention the Archie Manning, who was actually the Series 1 rookie card. Travis Williams was Series 3, obviously expensive there. George Atkinson, same thing. John Riggins was in Series 1 and also had a semi-expensive rookie card. Jim Plunkett, Series 1, and Emmett Thomas, Charlie Joyner, as Ty mentioned. So there's some Hall of Famers in there, some solid players in that set. Thank you, Beckett OPG, for allowing me to come onto your website right there. So, yeah, some really good rookie cards in that 72 football set that I failed to mention. Again, I researched it, I printed it out, and I failed to execute. Let's see, one of my favorite YouTubers, Dean Gearhart. Yeah, I collect it all. Whose collection I admire immensely. Says I'm down to 5 cards to finish the set. So he's kind of headed the opposite way that Ty Webb is. All third series and all expensive. So he's got to get a few of the big fish into the boat there. Great set. A longtime dealer told me that the third series had limited release only in the Midwest. And a couple older guys in my area said they didn't know there was a third series. So, again, deceptively difficult set, except for those who have tried to collect it like Dean. And Dean is a set completist, and he collects multiple sets of the same year. So he's still plugging away at this. And Dean is very active, scrounging around for these things. So good luck finishing that set, Dean. Appreciate the feedback. Let's talk about the 72 Pepsi glove disc set. Here's my my guys right here. I bought this set a couple weeks ago, paid in the $60 to $70 range for the complete set, or what we thought was the complete set, and get into that later. So as you can see, these discs were inside of the gloves, and for the most part, the glove and the stem were meant to be discarded. Once it was removed from the package. So these were slipped into, I believe, cases of Pepsi that were already bound in cardboard, and then you pop out and one of these is laying in there for you. So yeah, it's a nice set. I enjoy it immensely. I have it with me too. I'll kind of flip through that in a second, but I'll tell you what Beckett says about this. It says these discs actually form the middle of a glove-shaped tab, which was inserted in cartons of Pepsi Cola during the baseball-related promotions. The disc itself measures 3 3/8 in diameter, whereas the glove tab is approximately 9 inches tall. The players are shown in generic hats, i.e., the team logos have been airbrushed. The set was sanctioned by the Major League Baseball Players Association, and the set is quite heavy on Cleveland Indians and Cincinnati Reds. I'm told that we'll get into the a little more of the who's and the what's of this set. But as you can see here, these were kind of Mike Schechter Associates, MSA, as we've come to know him with the disc sets, put out a lot of these sets for various food-related and consumer-related products. Food, meaning restaurants, potato chips, Pepsi, Cola, obviously, other drinks, regionalized drinks, and wiffle ball bats. These things were attached to the sleeves of wiffle ball bats. So Mike Schechter and Associates was the marketing firm. It says available on the back there. The sports discs say available Major League Baseball players, NBA players, NFL players, professional men and women tennis players, and other people, places, and things. If you want to call old Mike Schechter Associates, it's 914-682-8844. Manufactured by the Gugler Lithographic Company out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I think Gugler has been swallowed several times over by other entities at this point. And Mike Schechter had a very interesting, and MSA had a very interesting run as essentially one of the exclusive rights procurers for the MLBPA. And he had a deal where he was entitled to 25% of the royalties that he generated by his firm. And that deal, by the time it ran its ugly course, I think pulled in $100 million for the MLBPA, of which he was obviously entitled to $25 million. And he was involved in a lawsuit in the mid-90s. The MLBPA, I think, during their contract at various points, lowered it down to 10% of royalties. And then eventually, when Mike Schechter Associates sued the MLBPA used that as a impetus to go in-house with their marketing firm and cutting out middlemen. So Mike Schechter, out of the picture. And this disc that I show you is a generic Mike Schechter MSA disc. It's not on the back of these Pepsi discs at all. So I'll get rid of that. Let's see here. This we'll talk a little bit about this set, actually. So pretty cool set, 72 cards. Oh, hey, before we get there, let's talk a little bit more about MSA. So MSA produced these discs I have listed on my screen, but Buckman's disc, Carousel disc, Crane potato chip discs, Dairy Isle discs, Isoles, Sports Blank back discs, Ohrbacher's discs, Red Barn, et cetera, et cetera. There were wiffle ball ones, Burger Chef, Chili Willie's, Daily Isle. So essentially, it was a lot of regional, as well as some national brands like Holiday Inn, again, Pepsi, Wendy's, stuff like that. So a lot of discs, a lot of generic discs, I should say, because a lot of them featured the same picture, but the sets themselves are unique to whatever brand, meaning the players kind of got moved around, and it wasn't always the same set. Pepsi's a little bit different. The Pepsi discs here, as you can see on the front, I have Willie Stargell, featured the letters Pepsi Cola Collection on top, which was kind of a rare thing for that. There was usually a couple stars, 4 stars on top, and the back featured typically either a stamp or a printed name of who was distributing the discs or what entity it was. So again, 72 total cards in this set, either in the disc form or the disc inside a glove. Now, keep in mind, back in the day, kids, including myself, loved perforation. Perforation was like bubble wraps. We loved popping stuff out of perforated things. The 80-81 Topps basketball set is a great example. So this was no different. So apparently, though, a lot of these things still survive intact. One series all thrown in at the same time. These were inserts, and again, about 3.5 inches in diameter. The discs about 4 inches by 9 inches, including the tabs, stems, whatever you want to call them. Front of the cards, again, a big glove, says free, collect them all, or collect them, trade them inside of the glove. And inside of that glove, perforated disc with Pepsi Cola Collection, the player's face, airbrushed logo off of the helmet or hat. I have Willie Stargell up right now. It says Willie Stargell, outfielder, Pittsburgh Pirates. Major League Baseball Players Association logo at the bottom right. And there's this disc features, I think most of the discs from MSA feature stitched baseball, stuff like that. Looks like a baseball, essentially. And displays the information, the player's name, obviously, the date of birth, their hometown, their height, their weight, and does not display any kind of statistical information. The trademark is copyrighted Major League Baseball Players Association 1977, and that is pretty much all the fun stuff. Obviously, no team cards, no leaders, nothing like that, and no designation for all-stars or anything like that. One of the good things about this card, maybe we'll look at the back here before we get going. One of the great things about this card is it features 18 players bearing mustaches. Very, very big deal. Before we get to the back of the card, let's talk about some of these players here. There are a lot of great, great players in this set. I think it's 15 Hall of Famers on this bad boy. All right, so we got Robin Yount, who actually is the first card, Rod Carew, Dennis Eckersley, Jim Palmer, Carlton Fisk, Carl Yastrzemski, Nolan Ryan, George Brett, Reggie Jackson, Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, Don Sutton, Willie Stargell, Tom Seaver, and Michael Jack Schmidt, the greatest third baseman of all time. Lot of this is kind of a Midwestern thing, so there's a lot of featured Midwesterners, Midwestern teams on this. Every baseball team that played in the 76 season is featured in this set, but this is a 77 set. And of course, 77, we welcome the Mariners and the Blue Jays into the Major League Baseball fold, but they are not featured. None of the players are featured on this set. That's understandable considering lead times and stuff like that, and not knowing who is actually going to be on those teams probably when they started. So there are, I guess we'll run down the list right here. There's 18. There's 8 teams that only feature one player, 8 teams that feature 2 players, 5 teams that feature 3 players in the set. 1 team features 4 players. 1 team has 14 players in the set, and 1 team has 15 players in the set. So it's the Brewers with 1, Twins with 2, A's with 1, Rangers with 1. There are 14 Indians in this set, and you'd probably be hard pressed to name most of these Indian players in the 77 baseball season, but a lot of them are there. 1 Oriole, 3 Red Sox, 2 Angels, 2 White Sox, 4 Tigers, 2 Royals, 3 Yankees, 2 Cardinals, 2 Padres, 2 Giants, 15 Cincinnati Reds, 1 Braves, 1 Cubs, 1 Astros, 2 Dodgers, 3 Pirates, 1 Expos, 3 Mets, and 3 Phillies. A lot of Reds on a team. In fact, I believe all 9 starters and quite a few pitchers, both relief pitchers and starting pitchers are on that. Interestingly enough, Tom Seaver is in this set as a Met, but I believe he signed as a free agent in the offseason with the Reds, so he's featured as a Met, yet he played for the Reds in the 77 season. So that's a fun fact. The colors are all over the place on these things. I'll bring up my picture again, and you can kind of see there's yellows, there's limes, there's mauves, there's purples, light blues, light oranges, pinks, oranges, regular blue. So by far the lime colors, I think, lead with 14 of the cards, and there's 11 light blues. And yeah, so a wide variety of great 70s pastel colors in there. A lot of no-name players too. So, like I said, there's guys like Butch Weininger, who had a great 76 season, Mark Fidrich, who had a great 76 season. But other ones, like I said, these cats from the Indians, like Larvel Blanks, Jim Kearns in there, Grubb, Bell, Manning. I mean, Buddy Bell was a big deal, but Garland, LaRoche. There's just a lot of players in there, Duffy, Kuiper, that typically wouldn't be in a smaller set like this, but the fact that it was kind of a regional set and put on by GCC Beverage, which I think was a pretty big player in the Ohio area for Pepsi. So GCC hires MSA. MSA has the player's license, and this is how we end up with a lot of Indians and a lot of Reds and a handful of Tigers in there. But otherwise, you have to be a stone cold stud to be represented in this set. So there's a couple interesting variations and other items. Gene Tennis is the only uncorrected error in the set and he is the sole representative of the San Diego Padres. Gene Tennis, his name is misspelled and probably misspelled tenants. So instead of Tenace, it was Tenance. Uncorrected error on that. And one of the more odd things that I found in this set was the fact that Michael Jack Schmidt is printed in 5 different colors. Okay, so he comes in blue, lime, light blue, orange, and purple. And then Reginald Martinez Jackson is printed in blue, purple, lime, green, and orange. So there's 5 Mike Schmidt colors, and there's 4 Reggie Jackson colors. Now, I imagine this had something to do with sheets, filling out sheets on each one of those printing runs. Keep in mind, 1977, 76 going into 77, probably the 2 biggest names, maybe other than Pete Rose, but probably 2 of the biggest names on this thing were, out of those 15 Hall of Famers were Mike Schmidt and Reggie Jackson. Obviously, Reggie was at that point a 3-time world champion and heading to New York, and Mike Schmidt was just jacking home runs like nobody's business. So probably thrown into the different color sheets, and that's why that happened. I own those. I don't have them with me, but I do have the variations. So I have it's a pretty thick stack of cards here. So again, 72 cards, and I like them. I think they're cool. I think they epitomize what was going on in the 70s. I bought a Nolan Ryan collection last year, and I had these, and then I sold the Nolan Ryan, but I got the full collection in one fell swoop on eBay. So let's talk about the back of this card. The back of this card is very interesting. So the back of the card is the same for every player and has a lot of information on there, right? So the center of the disc itself will say Pepsi Cola Baseball Stars Collector Series, and it offers a personalized Superstars t-shirt on the back that for 4 players: Pete Rose, Rico Cardi, Joe Morgan, and Rick Manning. So that's 2 of those Indians, and there's 2 of those Cincinnati Reds, and it was a $5.95 value, $5 and 95 US cents. So you could send away for this bad boy, right? But it came with a price. Let me get all my glasses here. So let's look here. So the back of it says save money by saving Pepsi Cola cap liners. Those were little cap liners inside the bottle caps. You could get one of these things for $3.85 plus 20 cap liners, $2.85 plus 80 cap liners, or free with 240 cap liners. So you'd have to drink about 10 cases of Pepsi Cola to get one of these things for free. There's details at the Pepsi store displays. So this has the back of the disc has Pete Rose displayed on a t-shirt with red sleeves, and you can have your name in there. So this one says, "To my buddy Chris, best wishes, Pete Rose." So and then we go into a order form in there, and boy, if you didn't use this order form, you weren't eligible to get this bad boy sent to you at all. So standard 70s order form, it says, let's see here: buy Pepsi and take out the plastic Pepsi players liners under the caps, but do not save or mail metal caps. Send in your any one of the following, like I said, $3.85 or $2.85 or free. Fill out the order form below. Limit 1 shirt per person. Enclosed check or money. Cash cannot be accepted. And the tab has all that same information. Hey, do you want Pete Rose, Rico Cardi, Morgan, or Manning? You check off the box. Fill out your full name, address, city, state, zip code. You can fill out the name you want on your shirt that says "To my buddy, blank, blank, blank." It has to be 12 letters or less. You mail this to the Pepsi Cola shirt offer order on P.O. Box 14666, Baltimore, Maryland, 21203, or as they say, Baltimore. Do not mail those metal caps, kids. Then that offer expires October 15th, 1977. So get those checks in fast. So it again tells you, make sure you check the proper boxes. No other cap liners will be accepted. No reproductions of this official order form will be accepted. Not that we had copying machines back then, but don't even try that. Checks or money orders should be made payable to Pepsi shirt or Pepsi Cola shirt offer. Again, don't send cash. And again, one shirt per person. So order must be postmarked by October 15th, 1977. Allow 8 to 10 weeks for delivery. Valid only in Pepsi Cola franchised areas operated by GCC Beverages Incorporated. So I wonder how they got around that. GCC, how did we know where GCC operated? Perhaps a case of soda went across country and ended up in somebody else's hands. I wonder if they were eligible in California to get themselves a customized shirt. Don't know. Void where prohibited, restricted, or taxed. Employees of Pepsi Cola bottlers and affiliated companies are not eligible. Pepsi Cola and Pepsi are registered trademarks of Pepsi Incorporated, Purchase, New York. So there you go. That's your big offer from Pepsi for the customized shirt. Here, thanks to Keyman Collectibles, I have kind of their little take on it. You can see a nice little Pepsi, customized Pepsi logo with Pete Rose's face. Pete looks like he's in a proof of life photo there. To my buddy Daniel, best wishes, Pete Rose. Looks like a sort of authentic Pete Rose signature. That shirt will run you about $150 to $300 in excellent or near mint condition because of rarity and lack of sales history. So value is estimated based on items of similarity. So pretty cool stuff there. And if you really care, here is the tag of that shirt. This is a Hanes medium 10 to 12, 75% cotton, 25% polyester, but made in the USA. One other oddball item on this is the fact that Fred Lynn's photo. Okay, let's talk about Fred Lynn. Fred Lynn's photo is obviously the same picture that they used on his 75 rookie card. So that's something that stuck out at me right off the bat. Let's see what else I can find about this. Yeah, that's about it. So the only thing I could find out about GCC Beverage was that they were embroiled in an awful lot of lawsuits with employees seeking workers' compensation or unwillingly terminated and stuff like that. I didn't know. I tried to track down where they were, what happened to them, but I could not find GCC. Don't know what's going on with Mike Schechter and Associates. The internet's a wonderful thing sometimes, but it leads you to too many options. So there's a lot of MSA and Mike Schechter Associates still active, but I think it's a gentleman in Connecticut who's running a firm that has nothing to do with baseball discs. I guess we could talk about the set price, right? So $40 to $80, depending on condition for these guys. Remember, these guys are, all came in boxes, so Pepsi boxes. So surprisingly, the conditions, the ones I have, are in good shape. Average value is $111. I'm sorry, the combined value of the cards is $111.50, and the average value is $1.55. That's according to Beckett OPG, and maybe I could bring some of that stuff up here. We'll write real quick. Let's see. How's this computer work? Share. Bam. So this is the Beckett OPG right here. Let's see if I could scroll down. Common players, 10 cents to 25 cents. Minor stars, 20 cents to 50 cents. Semi-stars, $40 to $1. And unlisted stars, 60 cents to $1.50. Not quite sure what the demarcation line is between a common player minor star, semi-star, and an unlisted star. But let's talk about price here. You can kind of look at the prices here if you're looking online, but the Youts, the Carews, all that stuff around $5 a pop. Let's look at this: $10 for your Nolan Ryan and George Brett, and then we go into again Yount, Carew, Eckersley, Jim Palmer, Carlton Fisk, Yastrzemski, Reggie Jackson, Pete Rose, Johnny Bench, Tom Seaver, Mike Schmidt, all in the $5 range. Fidrich around $4, and then so on. Doesn't seem to be any difference in pricing for the Reggie Jackson and Mike Schmidt variations. So that is that. So that's it. That was a quick hit on the 77 Pepsi discs. Beautiful set, one of many disc sets, but this is unique with the gloves, I think. And go get yourself some, because the 70s were awesome, right? So that's the 77 Pepsi glove discs. I want to say one more thing. There's a lot of stuff going on YouTube right now about the YouTube Baseball Card or Sports Card Hall of Fame. Congratulations to those that are being nominated and to those that have been inducted in the past. I have no idea how any of that works. I don't even know if I'm eligible to vote. I'd like to vote if I could, but I have no idea how it works. So anyway, good luck to all the nominees, and great work on all the people that are doing the nominating. I enjoy watching those videos, and so much content out there, so much great content. So kudos to all those folks. So thank you for joining me this week in my journey back in time. If you have a comment or suggestion, or perhaps you have a set from the 70s you'd like to hear more about, reach out to me again at ThatSeventiesCardShow@gmail.com. That 70s Card Show on the YouTube, and 70s Card on Twitter. So, yeah, that's about it. I urge you guys to be safe out there because of snow and wind and whatever else is coming our way or will have come our way at this point. And I want to thank Mango Safari for playing me off on the podcast. And as always, enjoy your collecting, but more importantly, enjoy your collection. Have a great week, everybody. See you down the road. Thanks.